Hi friends, it's Terry Stewart, Independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Welcome to day 2 of my virtual open house celebrating the new holiday mini catalog and the celebration flyer. So I have a make and take to share with you today that has items from both the holiday mini and the celebration flyer, as well as things from the annual catalog. So let's get ready. I'm going to turn the camera around so you'll see my ceiling, my big head, my big light. So look away, because here we go. Yeah. And you probably see my ceiling, my big light. Now you can see my big head. Maybe. Let's see. Okay, let me straighten this up a little bit. Alright, that looks good. See if I can get myself on my computer in case anybody wants to shout out and say hey to me. I'd love to hear from you. But as you can see right now, you can see the product. There we go. You can see the project that I'll be sharing with you. Alright, so this card features, like I said, items from the mini catalog, the holiday mini, which is this paper with the pumpkins on. It's called Rustic Harvest. And then it has items from the annual catalog. The embossing folder in the back is the Fern 3D. This is a bow punch. We got these leaves and this little, I don't know what you call it, little berries or something. Now that paper is also in the mini catalog. And then we have a punch for this sentiment on the front, which is the Lovely Labels punch, and that's in the annual catalog. And of course the cardstock. And then on the inside we have this image, which comes from the Stylish Sketches, which is a celebration item, so you can get that for free, and I'll be showing you that in a moment. So let me bring in my card kit, and I have cut everything, and we just need to punch a few things and stamp a little bit of stamp. So the base, the card base, is black cardstock, and it's cut at 5.5 by 8.5 and scored in the middle. And you can find all the measurements. I posted them on my blog, which is stampinghere.blogspot.com. Oops, there it goes. And then I have a piece of Mossy Meadow cardstock, and I cut this at 4 by 5.25, and I ran it through the 3D Fern embossing. Can you see that embossing? It's just so cool. It's so deep. Now that is in the annual catalog in the Nature's Prints suite, but I love that. And I have a little piece of vanilla that we're going to stamp on and use our punch on. And then I've already cut my DSP, my Rustic Harvest DSP, and then I have 3 pieces of Cajun Craze that will layer behind these, and a piece of vanilla. And what I don't have is this Glimmer Paper, and this is that's beautiful. Now this comes in the mini catalog, and it comes with sheets that are also vanilla, which is like an iridescent, and an evening evergreen, which is a really dark sparkly green, and I really like it. So let's do some stamping before we get to our punching. So I'll set all this aside, and we're going to stamp on our envelope, our inside layer, and our outside sentiment. And I'm stamping with Mossy Meadow. Now so let me start with this this image from this Stylish Sketches, which is, like I said, it's a celebration. So this has 4 stamps in it. It has this fox, these geese or ducks, I love them, and a little bit of splattery, and then this image of some leaves, and I'm not sure if those are walnuts or berries or what, but this stamp set is free with a $50 purchase through August. But you don't want to wait, because things are while supplies last, and as I was saying yesterday, something is already sold out. So yeah, you don't want to wait, because you may be disappointed. So this I'm going to put right down in the corner of my inside layer, and then I'm also going to stamp that image on my envelope in the corner in the front. So there, I've made that look really nice. And the envelope I'm going to put away. And the next thing I'm going to stamp is with a grateful heart. Now this comes from a retired stamp set. And there are things that it's called the banner year. And I love it. And I kept it because it has Thanksgiving and Halloween and some Christmas greetings and images. So I'm going to stamp this right there on my little piece that I'm going to punch out. And then on my inside, I'm going to stamp Happy Thanksgiving. So I don't have too many Happy Thanksgiving stamps. Oh, I just got some. I'm going to take and rub that little splotch off with my, I got my chamois here to the side. So let me ink this up and try not to. Alright, I'm just going to have to be careful. Oh, that worked out very well. So, oh, the last thing. So that's all the stamping for now. But I did want to, so let's keep this ink handy because I'm going, after I punch my sentiment, I want to sponge the edges. So this is the Lovely Labels punch, and this is in the annual catalog. And it's like getting 6 punches in one. This is really cool because these guides, you can do a 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch, or a whole inch, and it shows you get different edges depending on how wide the cardstock is. And these layer each other, so that's why it's so super cool, because it's, like I said, it's like having 6 punches. So I'm going to use this flat end here, and I'm going to stick that in. Now because it's kind of short, I'm going to turn it over and make sure that it's flush against that back piece, so when I punch it, it's not crooked. So that's one side. I'll turn it, and then I have this is 3/4 of an inch, so it's in that middle guide. So it's, I'm going to push that in and again turn it so I can see the back before punching. So that is done. And before I get rid of my ink, or put my ink away, I'm going to use my little sponge dauber and just do the edges lightly, and sponge on the edges. I think it gives it just another little layer of detail and makes it pop a little bit more. So I'm just lightly brushing it, dabbing with ink and lightly brushing. I think that's just about where I want it. So a little touch of ink on the edges. Distress it a little bit. Yeah. Okay, now we're really truly done with the ink. And let me bring my other punch in, my next punch. This is the bow punch, and I've been using this one a lot. I think I like it because it has 2 images on it, and they, even though they're not similar, they coordinate. You know, you can layer this little one on top of the bigger one, or just use them individually. So I've been using this gold glimmer paper that is in the the mini catalog, and I really like it. Not only because it's gold, but it also has the vanilla colors and the evening evergreen. There are my 2 gold pieces, and we're done with the punching. So now we can start assembling. So whoever just joined me, say hi. I can see an eyeball, but I can't see a name. I'm glad you're here with me. I thought I was stamping by myself. It's always fun to have somebody stamp with you. And I can't remember right off the top of my head the sizes of these DSP and cardstock. So you will have to go over to my blog and figure that out. But I'm also posting, once this video is done, I'll put it on my YouTube channel. So you can go over there, and it also will have a link to my blog post with the measurements for this card project. So I plan to be going live at 4 o'clock the rest Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and showing the make and takes from my in-person catalog launch, open house I had over this past weekend. And it just turned out that I had 5 make and takes. I'm like, oh, so that means I can go live 5 days in a row and share them, because I love these projects. And then as I was blogging the other day, or earlier today, at some point I was blogging, and the holiday mini has more than just holidays in it. It has more than Christmas. I mean, it has Halloween, Thanksgiving, and then it just has other sets that can be used year-round. So I think it's probably one of my favorite mini catalogs that we've had in quite a while. So using the black cardstock, I'm going to adhere down my Fern 3D embossing, and I'm just gonna, because it has such a textured, I'm gonna put a little extra glue on it to hold it. Now I chose these colors primarily because of the colors that were in the DSP, and black is prominent, and mossy meadow. So it has a lot of a feeling of fall to it. Now these pumpkins, I'm going to put one at the top, and I'm going to leave it just maybe 3/8 of an inch, a little over 1/4 inch, and put in the same on the side and below. And then the center one is going to be popped up on dimensionals. So maybe some, and then before I do that though, I'm gonna tuck these sprigs in, like that. Oops, someone jumped away. And then this pumpkin will go centered right there. So this little sprig might have to come out a bit, maybe up a little bit, something similar to that. So let me adhere these down. I'm going to start with this one. And I love Tombow glue because if you don't get it perfect the first time, you still have a chance to lift it up or smidge it around. So it's gives you a little bit of forgiveness, and I guess I like that when it comes to crafting. I mean, I guess I like forgiveness at any point. So I'm just going to try to get the same margins as I have on the top piece. And then this one is going to go right here. And I am just going to put my dimensionals down the center so I can tuck in those glimmer pieces. And so I'm using a few more dimensionals than I might otherwise, or closer together than I might otherwise use them. Remove all these covers. So tomorrow's project will not be a holiday project. It will be more of an everyday, all occasion card. Just showing how much the versatility is in the holiday mini. There's more than just the holidays, as I said. So that looks about centered, right, left, top, bottom. And I'm going to push that down. And then these little sprigs will tuck right underneath. So, and I'll just put some little dab of glue on these leaves to adhere them down. Just a little drop on the bigger leaves. And maybe one here where the leaves meet the stem. So this won't go anywhere. Right about there. That was a little. The good thing about this glimmer paper, it does not shed. So it's just very glittery, but non-shedding. I know that's an issue when we're sending cards to our military members, no glitter, but this does not shed. Okay, and then I'm going to place this greeting right here. I might come up a little bit with that, or maybe down a little bit. Yeah, I want that pumpkin to show. So I'm just going to put dimensionals at the very bottom of this because it'll hang over the edge. And then I can put just a touch of glue. So it's going to be like this. Let's remove that, and I'll put a little bit of glue up here to adhere it to the DSP piece. I'm getting these little covers. They go everywhere. I hope I don't think I'm the only one that struggles with that. So just, I think that's centered. All right, so this card, oh, one last thing, we're gonna put our inside in. I'll adhere that down. A little bit of my Tombow. Maybe more than a little bit. A little crazy there. And get this centered. Okay, I think maybe it needs to be moved over a smidge. Let's see if I can move it a smidge. I think that's it. Okay. So, with the Grateful Hearts, a Thanksgiving card. And I was going to show you kind of where I found all these items from the catalog. So if you need to go back and you're interested in that, you can find out what I was talking about. So let me start with the mini catalog and our Glimmer Paper. It's in the Lights a Glow Suite. Ooh, that's a mouthful. Page 30. 31 is where you're going to find the Glimmer Paper. It's number 5. And I was going to show you this paper because I don't think that the catalog does it justice. So, what's going on up here? Somehow or another, there we go. So, you get this, what they call vanilla, but I think it's like iridescent and gold, and the evening evergreens. It's this dark, rich green color, and the gold, and then the vanilla, which I think is just iridescent. So I am looking forward to playing with this as I'm making Christmas cards in the coming months, especially snowflakes. I can really see snowflakes with that. And then we're going to page 49. And this is where the Rustic Harvest DSP is. You can see it down here. And I almost wanted to highlight this. So this is a embossing buddy, a reverse tweezers, a brush, and a little tray if you're using embossing powder. I can't wait to get this. So, Rustic Harvest DSP, and I'm just going to give you a little show. I mean, you can look what's in the catalog, but I feel like it doesn't do it justice. So here's the pumpkins that we used. Some other patterns in fall colors. This is great florals. I think it'd be wonderful for scrapbooking. And then we have leaves and gourds, Cajun craze, and some swirly patterns. But the great thing about these is on the back, it's black and white. So those people who love to color, this paper is going to be right up your alley. So there's leaves and patterns and lots of opportunity to color or to sponge on color. More leaves, like oak leaves and nuts. And on this one, this is a straight pattern. So this, I think, is going to be, paper is very versatile. Not only does it have the fall colors on it, but the reverse with that black and white, it just has so many possibilities of for coloring or sponging. So that was here. And oh, I told you that my banner year stamp set is retired, but there's other stamp sets in this mini that would work if you wanted to do Autumn Wishes is on Fond of Autumn. The Soft Seedling, So Grateful, or Painted Pheasant has a Happy Thanksgiving, Grateful. So these stamp sets are definitely alternatives that will work if you are looking for a Thanksgiving or grateful sentiment. So here we have our annual catalog, and the punches that I used are on page 152 and 153. So here's the Lovely Labels Pick-a-Punch, and you can see all 6 ends and the various sizes, 1/2, 3/4, and 1 inch. And that's Lovely Labels Pick-a-Punch. And then on page 153 is the Bow Punch. So if you bought these 2 punches and the embossing folder that I use, the Fern 3D embossing folder, you would qualify for a celebration item. And the celebration item that I used was the Stylish Sketches, and that's on page 9. So that's where you get the ducks or geese, the fox, and this leaves and berries or nuts or whatever. I'm not quite sure what it is. But the celebration items are while supplies last, and some things have already sold out. So these pool party and seafoam cards and envelopes, they're gone. So with a $50 order, you can choose anything with this at the $50 level. And then in the back, they're also at the $100 level. So if your order goes to $100, you can pick this stamp set, which is 17 stamps, this die set, which coordinates with the Trees for Sale set in the mini, or this stamp and DSP bundle, which is beautiful, and actually we're doing a make and take with that later this week. So if you host a show and it goes over $300, you get this free stamp set, which is perfect polymer granites. And how many? There's 10 stamps in that, and you can only get that if by hosting a $300 show. So that's very exclusive. And if you join Stampin' Up, join my team during celebration, you'll get this Making Plans collection, which is a planner, notebooks, a stamp set, and all these extra little goodies. So hit me up if you're interested or would like to know more information. That's all I have for today. I'll be back tomorrow, 4 o'clock, with another make and take. Thanks for joining me, and remember, stamping is fun. Bye.